Good evening, everybody. How are we? I hope we had a great day. How about the Mag 7's just moving? NVIDIA, Amazon, Tesla, Google, Microsoft, all of them bad boys. Meta and Apple both had run up. They were already popped up, and the rest of them are moving now. So let's get rolling because we had a lot more poppers than that. We had what? SVMH was moving, HAO, SMX, that thing popped up. PRFX, that one was running HURA, and that TZUP, that one's a crazy one right there running up. So all kinds of ones running up, and we're going to check out some ETFs and look at some option plays and everything else. So here we go. All information presented here is for educational and informational purposes only. It's not intended as financial advice. So always do your due diligence. And here we go, everybody. Like I said, I hope you had a great day. And let's get rocking and rolling here. Let's check out ELAB since it has reverse split, and let's see if it's finally getting set up. It was up today, 10 cents. I saw it was moving, and it's in that perfect spot. So keep an eye on this bad boy for tomorrow because it is. It's right there where it needs to be to get popping. So keep an eye on ELAB. It did run up 205 to 270. It's back to 202. And we've been watching it after that reverse split, and it is. It's right there. So keep an eye on it for tomorrow. That bottom was 174 the other day, and it is at 211 in the after hours. So that's one to keep an eye on tomorrow. And we've been watching that bad boy, so it could keep that momentum going up. And XTIA, another one, it was looking really good. It was just went kind of flat, but it was running around today. It tried to get moving there. Um, Let me see where it went. It went from like 4 to 6 cents, and it's back to five. So it did run up there, and it is looking pretty solid to get up. And like I was saying, all I had to do is jump up to like that 5 cent area and get moving, and it's getting there. So XTIA, you should have a runner right there. I know a lot of people were been looking at that and having an eye on that bad boy. So that one should get moving for us. And that LXRX had that crazy look. It just pulled back at the 2 cents today. And again, I'm just watching for this bottom. It had that crazy look, and then it just started dipping and pulling back. So we're just keeping an eye on it, and it's an interesting one just to look at. So and the two lines are just met still running together. It's such an interesting look. I was looking at it today, like, what is this thing gonna do? And that's at Lexicon Pharmaceuticals. So I'll keep an eye on that and just let you know what it's up to. And how about HAO? This bad boy was moving today up 3 cents at least, and it was starting to get cruising. Let's take a look at it and see what it wants to do. 12 to 16. I thought it got up a little higher than 3 cents, and it did go four. It's at 15 cents right now, HAO, and I know a lot of people were jumping into that. And another one we were keeping an eye on and knew it was going to be popping up. These small cap China ones I've been saying for 2, 3 weeks, and you know I'm always early on it. So here we go. So that's a HAO, and that should keep its momentum tomorrow because it was moving today. And how about that PGHL? It's still just pulling back there, and I'm just watching it for that bottom. It's not telling me it's ready just yet. I was looking at it today, and again, just let it pull back. I'll find the bottom for it, and then that will be a great one because it did run up to like 200 and some dollars, and now it's at 158 and just kind of pulling back each day. It's down 11% today. And so we'll let that bad boy pull back. Excuse me, and then we'll find the bottom. And and we'll get that one rocking and rolling as it wants to curl up. How about that BLDE, Blade Air Mobility? I'm telling you, this company is solid. It came out of the top just to make some room, and it popped back up 31 cents. So that's why I was keeping it on there. I had a feeling it was going to get cruising some more, and yesterday it kind of just bottomed out real quick. And like I said, this company looks good. You can immediately tell. How about that? I looked at the chart, immediately said it looked the company was healthy. The CEO, he sends me a message and tells me that the company just got profitable and is now doing great. I mean, how much more do you want the charts to tell you everything you need to know? And like I said, the company looks great on this thing. So you want to look at something long term, BLDE just looks like a solid company and it's pretty cheap down here at 459. It was really cheap down here in the threes. So just watch for any pullback, but that's why I kept it on there. And again, it is looking good. BLDE, TRNR, it was trying to move today. It went up 3 cents and then I saw it was down in the after hours. I don't really worry about that so much on here, but it did look like it's trying to curl up on mine at 298. What's this one say? 291. Yeah, mine doesn't even show that it dipped down. Finviz is saying it dipped down. It could have, but it went 290 to 306, and it says it's at 298, and I'll trust it. And it actually looks pretty good. And again, this thing could get cruising, guys, at TRNR interactive strength. So just keep an eye on that. And your 20's way up there at like $4, and this thing kind of wants to run. So I'll watch it for a few more days. We'll see if it gets moving here. It's just jumping around, and it wants to. It's just a matter of if it will. So we'll keep an eye, and I'll let you know if it does. How about LODE, that Comstock running up again another 4 cents, and that one was cruising. It's probably topping out right there today. It ran up from what 51 to 52. It came down to 37, and it is at 41 right now. And like I said, it did run up there to that 52, and that's probably its high. But again, we just jumped into this the other day and literally just saw it down in the 30s. So that thing just popped up and ran pretty nice up into the 50s. So that was LODE Comstock, and that one popped up, and now it should be pulling back a little bit. At least it's hitting that top. We'll have to see what it wants to do. KWE, that Aerospace and Defense for Canada. It was up 2 cents and not looking bad today. I'm telling you, this thing's trying to get set up here. So keep an eye on this bad boy because it does look pretty good. Key West Microsystems. It looks like it wants to jump off that 20 right there. So I would keep an eye on that bad boy. KWE. It is looking good. We've been looking at it. It's in a pretty solid spot. Ran up the other day to that, what, 91 cent area. You're at 73, and it's trying to get curled up there. So you keep an eye on that. It is setting up KWE. So we'll just keep an eye on that bad boy. BLDE was going up. I forgot to mark some of these. ITRM, let's look at that one. This one was looking pretty good, and again, ran up again today. It had just that pullback and stayed into the top. And I've been saying this company is another one that's getting looking good and has some solid look. So they have a solid look. They go up 227 to 242. It's at 236 right now. And yesterday it ran up to 263, and it may try to run up higher than that. So it is looking good, ITRM. So we'll keep an eye on it. Like I said, it does look healthy. It's going to run up there, pull back to set up some, and continue its way up. So that one is has that momentum, and again, we'll keep an eye on it, but it is running up there. And that SKK, that was down there. It's been dipping quite a bit, and I think our bottom's going to be down here at like that 116 area. It looks like that's what it's going to be, and it's trying to curl up. I mean, it has a big curl to make, so this thing could get cruising. It's just a matter of watching it and paying attention. Like I said, it's trying to curl up here. What it do? Is that today's date? Yeah, December 4th. It is 126 to 139. So it is trying to move around a little bit, and yeah, that's what basically. It says here at 131, and like I said, it is trying to make that big curl up. So just keep an eye on this SKK, and it will run around as it's pulling up. And we already know they like to jump around like that, and it could close lower than the price it closed at the day before, but it runs that day. We know that look, and then it gets popping as it gets up to that line. So CETX took a nice dip today. I saw that one down and had that weird look yesterday, like it wanted to get cruising, and it could be that dip and rip that we've been looking at. So keep an eye on this bad boy tomorrow because it could be a good situation, a good buying opportunity situation down here. What it get down to 288, I think. It opened at 314 and it went up to 414. It got down to 271. It's at $3. So it did run today. It ran $1 and then pulled back. So it did that and it could be a little dip and rip, run up and pull back and now get ready to really rock and roll. So keep an eye on that. I'll watch that tomorrow, CETX. And that PLUG, that plug isn't looking bad. It was up 11 cents today, and I'm telling you, this thing is getting set up here. So keep your eye on PLUG plug power, and it wants to get rolling. It tried to run up the last couple days, and then it pulled back, but it is going to roll off that MACD. At least it should. It's setting up, and it looks pretty good. So keep your eye on that bad boy because it is setting up there and looks good for PLUG plug power. And let's look at our yin and our yang. Here we go. Let's look. Our yin is down today, 262, and they did look bullish. And I'm telling you, we've seen this look before. When we were kind of saying it yesterday, we've seen it before where they look really good to try to cross through, and then all of a sudden it bounces down. So let me look at it on mine because it did look good, and now it looks like it's going to come down. Let's look at that yang real quick and just take a look and see what it wants to do. And the Yang is up $1.62 to 79.30 and looking much better. So it's so crazy that they keep changing so fast. I mean, but yeah, that Yang looks super good. And we were saying it last night. It was either obviously going two ways. The yin was going to pop through and keep running, or it was going to hit that line and bounce down. Which that look we've had so many times where they're coming up hard and they look like they want to get cruising, and all of a sudden they just don't. And that was the situation here. So it does look like your yang is going to continue to go up here, and now we might see it get over that 90. So remember I was saying before it got up to like the 87 area. It was pretty close. And now you may see it roll off this MACD and it'll go right through to 90. So check out the yang. And the yin does look like it's going down, and the yang does look like it's going up at the moment. Let's look at that boil and cold. Boil was going up, and I think this thing is actually bottoming out and gonna try to like start to set up to become bullish. It's been bearish for so long that I think it's going to start changing directions pretty soon. So, like I said, it got down to 36.42 today, and maybe it will pull back a little bit more. But yeah, it does look like it's going to start trying to get rolling pretty soon. And that cold, it was down 59 cents. It ran up. It almost looks like it topped out and looks like it wants to start pulling back here. So we'll keep an eye on them just to see. And like I said, that's been bullish for a very long time, just stair stepping up. Why Boyle's been stair stepping down. So we may see them reverse right there. And they are the natural gas ETFs. So that's Boyle and Cold, KOLD. So we'll keep an eye on that. And NUGT, that's the gold miners bull two times. And that one was down a little bit today, but I think that one's super bullish right there. NUGT. So these are a great day to buy these bad boys when they're down. And Dust is the other one. That's the bear. So we'll take a look and just confirm it. It was up today, although that Dust does look pretty bullish right there. That's a mixed look right there between the. I mean, it looks like it's super bullish, and I'll say this: it could get a nice pop going, and then just come straight down. So it could set up the DUST and pop off, and then just become super bearish after that, and just drop. Just have that one little pop off, and Let me look at NUGT again just to see. And yeah, it totally could have that because this looks like it wants to run up as well. So we will keep an eye on them bad boys, and that's the gold. And that TZVP, is that what it was? Something like that. It was something TZUP. That's not a V, it's a U. That thing thumbs up. That's what it was. That thing's been going thumbs up since we've been looking at it. Someone brought it up the other day, and this thing's a crazy looking one. Looks like one of them um, one of them companies up there that it just runs and now it's just kind of running up at the top there. So a shell company, couldn't think of that name, but it looked like a shell company. And now all of a sudden it's just been popping up here, and it did run some more TZUP. And it did what 566 to 633. Yesterday it ran a little higher to 667. So we'll see. I mean, it's just pretty wild, this thing. So we'll have to keep an eye on it, see what it wants to do. But it's like a new one. And like I said, it looks like a shell company. So I'm not sure. It did run up. And if you were in it, I would definitely be looking to lock in those profits soon. So I'm actually surprised it ran up some more today, but maybe it's going to hit this resistance up here because it has been. And that would be another dollar up. So that would be at like $7 area. So maybe it is going to get up there. Um, we'll keep an eye on it. TZUP, just an interesting look for sure. LMFA, this one is setting up, guys. We've been looking at it, and it's looking pretty good right here. So keep your eye on this bad boy because it looks like it's going to get cruising right there. LMFA. So keep your eye on that bad boy. And like I said, that TZUP, you can keep an eye on that. That GNPX is Genprex, and that one looks like it's trying to set up here. It was down 3 cents, up three in the after hours, but it's just curling, just making that nice curl. So keep an eye on this because it is getting set up, and we'll run relatively soon. It's not ready yet, but it's almost there. So that's just one to keep an eye on. And BNZI was up a penny today, and it is looking pretty good, I must say. It did pull back a little bit there. What is it? BNZI, and it went 149 to 178. Its low is 131. It's at 139 right now. And again, it did run up in that channel, and I think it's testing that 167 area. At least it's trying to anyway. So it got up to that 178, and it's testing that area up there, and it needs to break it and get through, and then it can get moving. So just keep your eye on this bad boy. It's right there. It wants to try to do it, and BNZI could be a mover. So keep an eye on that. It is setting up. And VVOS, let's see what that's doing. Vivos Therapeutics is moving up. I think we looked at it recently and it was running up. VVOS, here we go. And yeah, it's been running up for the last few days, and it looks like it's going to continue that momentum tomorrow. So keep an eye on that. It did hit some resistance right there at about $4, and it busted through, and it's sitting at 402. It's sitting right there, and it got into the top. I would say watch this bad boy to be a momentum play in the morning, guys. VVOS, because that one could be cruising still and on its getting into the top right there. So has potential to do it. So just watch that in the morning. And how about that SMX? That thing ran over 100% today. And I know we were looking at it. It did. Did it reverse split? Maybe it did. Oh, that was way long ago. Maybe not recently. I know we were looking at it not long ago because I posted it out, and it was setting up in that right spot. We kept saying it, and then boom, there you go. They just start popping off when they're in the right spot right there. What'd it take? 8 trading days later, and it's boomed over 100%. So that's and had 824 million in volume. It went from 19 and a half to 76 cents. It's at 40 right now. So there you go, SMX, and we had that on the list. And there you go with that bad boy. So that one was a nice popper today, SMX. And obviously be careful with that in the morning. But it does look like it has a lot of room to still move. You just don't know after it made that run. So you have to keep an eye on it. Nature's Miracle Holding is NMHI. And this bad boy was down 15 cents today. Someone mentioned it, and it looks like that bottom's right around that 185. It got down yesterday to 179, so maybe that it's going to be its low. And yeah, that could, or it could be pulling back some more. We'll have to keep an eye. It might want to try to bounce off of there. Let me see this bad boy. Nature's Miracle, NMHI. That bottom could be yesterday. Keep an eye on this tomorrow. It could easily curl up and get moving, guys. So keep an eye on that NMHI. That's not looking bad. And that pain reform or something like that, PRFX. Let's see, pain reform. That is it. That one ran up in the after hours. It ran up the other day. Remember, it was like $4 to seven something, and it was just recently. Let me see. Just November 19th, it went $2 to 768, and then today it's been jumping around a lot. And today it went what did it go today? Today it went 276 to 465. Hold on, what did it do the other day? 232 to 768. So today it got up to 465, and again it's hitting off of that $2 area and just blasting off that line. It's done it multiple times, and looks like it wants to continue its way up there. So keep an eye on this bad boy because, like I said, it ran up in the after hours and it looks pretty solid there. PRFX, and that's one we were definitely looking at. So watch that for a momentum play. And that HURA's back up today. And I was saying that was just some healthy pullback and it wants to get cruising, guys. I'm telling you, this thing wants to bounce off that 733 area soon and really get rocking and rolling. So I'm not sure what this company has going on. HURA. Oh yeah, didn't they have like some development pathway for single phase 3 accelerated approval registration trial or something crazy? And yeah, this thing could get wild, and it looks like it wants to. So keep your eye on this bad boy HURA because it is setting up and it's running up there and still got momentum. So there you go with that one. And SVMH, this one was moving up today. And will it keep its momentum tomorrow? That's the question. Let's take a look at it. It did run up 2 to 7. I mean, it was a nice run up. It doesn't look bad on my chart, to be honest. It just has that crazy run up. Has earnings coming up on the 17th. They're down the road, and so yeah, it has potential. It just got out of the basement right there. So it isn't looking bad, to be honest with you. Just have to keep your eye on it, make sure it's green and healthy in the morning for that SVMH. But it did run up there today, and that's one we had looked at. And that was another popper for us. How about RR? Let's see what that's going to do. Rich Tech Robotics. I remember looking at this and it popped up in the beginning of September up there. It was like at over $2. It's in the 80s right now, and it is looking really good right now. RR, I would say that looks pretty solid. 74 to 83 today, and it is setting up to run, guys. It's going to get back up over $1 for sure. So I'd expect it to try to get back up to like $1.50 area, if anything. So keep an eye on that one. That one's going to start running up there. RR, and that's Rich Tech Robotics. And again, it's at 80 cents, and it's run up to the $2 area, and it is setting up bullish. So you're going to have some run ups and obviously some pullbacks after it runs up. So you want to get out and take your profits and then readdress it. But you're going to have that thing bullish and a little down the ways. So looking good down there. LGHL, the Lion. Let's see what that's up to. It just pulled back a little bit, and that almost looks like a bottom, look like it's ready to take off. So keep your eye on this. And remember, I was saying the other day when it was what, the 27th, it wanted to pop up there. We're right before that, even the 26th, we were right there, and then it ran up to like 27 cents. Well, today looks like it could be a bottom look, and it really wants to pop up there. So I would definitely keep an eye on that LGHL because that looks like it wants to go. What did the Cheetah do today? CTNT. because that ran up like crazy yesterday. And you just kind of know once they run like that, you know they're coming back down. Maybe they'll run up in the morning if you're lucky, but you got to get out and take them profits when they do something like that. Yesterday, the cheetah ran from 223 to 930, and today it's at 445 to 450, and it's sitting at 368 right now. So that's why you got to take them when they run up and be happy with it wherever you can get it. Because, like I say, um, I mean, just take this for example right here. And even you opened at $4, but yesterday it ran up to like 850 or even higher, right? What I say it was over here, 930. So it ran up over $9 in the after hours, and it was an 8/8 in the regular hours on Finviz. So you can see that, and now you're sitting in the threes. So even if you had sold it at 7, 8, 9, anywheres in that range, you might, it's even six. Yesterday, you would have been like, damn, it ran up some more. And then today, when it's sitting at 356, you're like, God damn, I made the right choice. Thank goodness I took that at $6 and wasn't worried about nine. So again, you'll be upset for like a few hours if you sell it, it goes up a little higher. But as soon as that bad boy comes crashing back down, and then you didn't lock in and you did lock in those profits, and it comes down lower than prices, you go, damn, I'm glad I sold that thing because it happens all so fast, especially with these small caps and penny stocks. They move quick, so you got to be really careful with them. And you can never go wrong locking in profits. Let's put it that way. So CTNT. That one did run up like a maniac yesterday. And again, you just got to be careful with them when they run up. You got to take them profits. That UOKA was once MDJH or something like that, and now it changed its name. And let's see what a name change can it get out of the basement. And it looks much better today, to be honest with you. UOKA. And yesterday, remember, it did run like crazy. It ran from 22 to $1. And with that name change, and then today it opened at 16, got up to 17. Its low is 15, and it's closed at 16. So it basically opened and closed around the same spot, and but not looking terrible right there. You know where it has to get to? It has to get to like that's over 17 cents, say 17 and a half to make it easy, but a little lower than that, and then it can get cruising, and it's going to, guys. So this one's going to get set up and get moving. UOKA. There's some crazy letters. And let's look at that SER. We looked at that the other day, and it was getting moving, and it still is today. It looks like it even wants to get through that resistance. The other day we looked at it, and it went from $5 to 1816, 507 to 1816 on December 2nd, and then pulled back a little bit. And today it's right in between that channel. It's getting curled back up again. SCR, it's at 589, and it wants to keep cruising up there. And once it sits up over like that 618 or even 630 area, it's going to really get bouncing there. So it wants to. Just keep your eye on it. It's not even a super bullish stock. It's actually kind of bearish, but maybe it'll change directions if it catches that momentum. It will. So this company might be getting changed around. I don't know what they're up to. It's a biotech company right there. They just secured what 10 million in financing to continue advancing lead IND candidate in the phase 1 clinical trial and advance something in another. So yeah, they got something going on and they're trying to make it positive, obviously. And if it is, it's obviously going to make that chart turn around and go up. And you can see what's exactly happening. I even have to go to, I mean, I said it and then you go down and it confirms it with the news, but you can just see what the company's up to just looking at the chart. And that's SER. And I mean, this is just like a biotech company out of like means nothing to anybody. And 575, and you can easily see what's happening here. So that is SER and HMBL. I think that's like an OTC one. I had to look at that on mine. It did run up today. I don't know what's up with this thing. It's like really, I have no idea with this thing. It stopped yesterday. Somebody asked me to look at it, and I tried to look at it. Let me see if it even comes up on stock charts. I haven't even been pulling that up, but I will look at it real quick. HMBL. and let's see what it says here. I mean, it looks like it ran today. I have no idea, to be honest with you. It looks like it went up like 83% and and had a whole lot in volume, like over a billion. It's called Humble Inc. It's an OTC. It looks like it ran to me. Even my chart looks like it ran, but it doesn't really show anything. And but yeah, I have no idea what's up with this company, so don't ask me. Oh yeah, it did like pop way up there or something. But yeah, I have no idea what's going on with it. They're so hard for me to tell these little OTCs and stuff. They're just you can't really get good charting for them, so I don't worry about them. I mean, they can run like that one. Looks like it ran like crazy, but again, I just don't mess with them. I'd rather look at something I was more confident with. Even when I traded penny stocks, I didn't mess with any OTCs. I made sure I could see what I was looking at on the charts. I felt like they were just a coin flip. I just couldn't tell what was going on. So I like to be confident. And again, you're not going to be 100% right. No one ever will. But at least you have some kind of confidence going into it, and you have some kind of look, and you can guide yourself somewhere, and even if it turns around, you know what's happening. So, and it happens. I mean, not everything goes the way you want it to, so that's just the way they work. And especially these smaller caps will turn around way faster than the bigger caps will, because things can change a lot easier. The big caps are, they're pretty solid companies, and even if they have something happen bad, they have like a million things good going on all the time. It doesn't usually crush them unless it's like something major, like how SMCI, um, the auditor quit. And again, I was saying the one day I looked into it, and that auditor was changing its business model. It wasn't necessarily just SMCI. They had left like 80% of their clients that they did auditing for. So it wasn't just SMCI. It made it look like they were up to something. And who knows, maybe they are. But that's how it looked, and of course it dipped down hard. And if you do look at that company, they dropped over 80% of their auditing clients to change their business model. And SMCI, of course, was going to find a different auditor. They're a huge company, and it was just a great opportunity. And I know a lot of us smashed that one out of the park on options and different plays too. So they're the ones that you look for because they're just easy. And again, a company like that, SMCI, it's a solid company. It has bad PR. It dips down, but then it comes back. You can regain yourself on something like that. These penny stocks do that. They're pretty much toast. And so you got to be on your game with them. So anyway, that's SER, and it was HMBL too. I was talking about that OTC, and I can't really tell much about them. That's what I was talking about. And here's SVRE, Saver One. This was up a penny, and this one's starting to curl back up. Had a lot of pullbacks there. SVRE. And yeah, I would keep an eye on this. This looks like it wants to run again, guys. So keep an eye on that SVRE. It's looking really good right there. TIVC. Let's see what that's up to here. TIVC. This one's trying to curl back up. It's got that hook. Its bottom was coming down. I mean, this could go two ways real quick. Let me take a look at mine, just see what it did in the after hours. Of course, it opened and closed on the same price. It went 27 to 29, down to 25, closed at 27. It's going to get set up, guys. As soon as it gets over that 29, it's popping. So keep your eye on this bad boy because TIVC is looking really good too. That's setting up. BTCT, that's at BTC Digital. And this thing's curling back up. And remember how early we were on this. I mean, we were down in like the dollar or two range. I mean, I called this out right before it popped up. This was a beauty. And it looks like it's trying to curl back up, I'll say. Not necessarily definitely, but on my chart, it looks pretty good. I would say it's going to run. And it might even go higher than that $26 was that it was. So, yeah, it looks pretty solid. I would just make sure it's curling back up on that MACD, but it looks like it did in the after hours to me, and it is looking pretty solid again. So watch for that one. It is setting up BTCT. It's setting up again. GLBS. Let's look at that one. Hold on. Here we go. GLBS. It's Globus Maritime. It's a shipping company in Greece. I know I've traded this before, and it looks like it is going to set up and try to roll off there and get moving here. GLBS. I'd keep an eye on this bad boy. It's run up the last few days up to like 168, and now it's sitting at 143, and it does look like it wants to roll off that MACD and get popping there. So I would say that's a good look right there to look at. So yeah, keep your eye on that GLBS. Not bad right there. And BITX is the Bitcoin two times Bitcoin strategy ETF. And this thing is trying to curl back up into the top and looks pretty good. So keep your eye on it. Bitcoin looks like it's trying to get rolling again, guys. It looks like it's going to get to that 100,000 very, very soon. So I would definitely keep an eye on that bad boy. And where's Bitcoin at now? 99,000 500. It almost got there. It's oh, it hit it. It hit the 100,000. There you go. It says it on here. It hit 100,000 already. I know I said it earlier. It was going to hit 100,000. You could see it. So there you go. Um, I mean, charts are pretty accurate, huh? I even said it earlier. Here we go to 100,000, and bam, there. Did I say it yesterday? When it started to curl back up. But yeah, it looks like it got to 100,000 right there on my chart. Anyway, here I'll look real fast on the crypto app and just see what it says. But yeah, it's at 99,000. It's way up there. And what it say? 100,000. I got over 100. There you go. Bitcoin over 100,000, guys. There's your celebration party, and I'm telling you, it's getting ready to rock and roll. So this could be. Remember, I was telling you Solana. Remember, I was saying that would never see under 200 again once it went over it. And guess what? It's at 229, and it made plenty of room. And I'm pretty sure that 215 the other day was at bottom. It's not coming lower. It don't look. And it's just making room to get set back up. It's going to get back up to that 240 area and get blasting off again. And yeah, you're just seeing these bad boys cruising now. So that's your we'll go through our crypto still, but yeah, that's BITX. And again, Bitcoin did hit 100,000. It must have just did it. So there you go. And people are probably partying all over online. I'm sure everyone's checking that out, looking at it for 100,000. And like I said, I just posted it yesterday or today that it was going back up to it. And Hut's back up $1.97, and that's going to be curling back up. And like I said, you can see Bitcoin's about to run again. So these bad boys are looking good. And then once it runs up, it'll pull back, make a really nice base, probably right there, like that 99, 100,000, somewhere's in that area. And then it'll start rocking and rolling some more. So, yeah, take advantage, guys. It's a pretty wild crypto market right now. And Hut is moving up as well. And let's see that PW. People are talking about power ret, and it was up 75 cents and into the top right there, PW. Let's see, it ran 159 to 230. Not a bad little pop. It's at 218 right there. So keep an eye on that. It could stay in the top there and run a little more, but I'm not sure if I would be playing with that bad boy. But again, I saw someone talking about it today, and a few people were mentioning it. So someone asked me to look at it. There you go. It did pop up there. It's at the top. And like I said, could keep a little momentum. And let's just keep on rocking and rolling here. SPPL, Simple LTD, is just pulling back right there. Just let me see if it did anything in the after hours. SPPL. Now that one looks like it's just pulling back right there. Nothing too crazy to me. ISPC, let's see what that one's all about. iSpecimen. That one looks like it's pulling back too. ISPC. That could be a dip and rip situation right there, actually. ISPC, I would watch for that bounce on that one. So watch for a bounce on ISPC because it definitely looks like it could right there. U. SAU. Let's take a look at USAU. US Gold Corp. Here we go. This is a good one. It's coming down to that line. Has a couple funky lines. You can see that bottom is down there at 725 and we're at 8. And I think USAU is going to get rolling again. Yeah, it's hitting there. I don't know. I mean, I have to look at this one tomorrow. It might not. It could come through and reset up. I have to take a look at that one tomorrow, to be honest with you. I wouldn't be able to tell right there. It could go either way, and it has that funky look. So I don't know if I really trust it to roll off. If it doesn't, it is just going to pull back to that low right there because your 20's coming right there to 728, and that low is exactly what I said, 725. So it's right there. Um, if it pulls back, but that is one I'd have to look at tomorrow. USAU, NLSP. Let's see, NLS Pharmaceuticals. This one looks like it's trying to make that bounce off the bottom there. NLSP. It did run up yesterday too, 363 to 963, and today 244 to 323. It's at 259 right now. Honestly, it doesn't even look that bad, but it did have that nice run up yesterday. I don't know what the heck's going on here. Yeah, that was an after hours run because you can't see anything on FinViz. I'd have to, I mean, it could run up some more. It looks like it wants to. You just have to be careful when it gets up to like that 344 area, and it's been kind of pushing that envelope. It did it yesterday, obviously, and today it got to 323. So you just we'll keep an eye on that NLSP, NXL. Let's see what that's up to. That's way wow, that's way up there, but pulling back. I'd be really careful of this one. NXL, that one, yeah, that one is kind of weird looking. It looks like it wants to go up, but I'm not so sure. I mean, it's been bullish for a while. I mean, it ran in the top from what? October 16th. I remember we looked at this thing to November 15th because I definitely remember the name and the chart and that look. And it is kind of making a nice a base up here, but and pulling back. I'll look at it tomorrow and see if it's really trying to curl up. I would imagine it's going to, but there might be some pullback first. So I'll take a look at that NXL and see what they're up to tomorrow. ADN, let's see, Advent Technologies. This one could be getting crawled up. Yesterday could really be its bottom right there at 407, and you're at 546 all of a sudden. ADN. Yeah, take a look at this thing. It looks like it wants to start curling back up, get back over that 577. It's at 520 and get moving. So this one even says 546 in the after hours. Are these the right dates? December 4th, it is. And that is the December 4th. So they are the right dates. And yeah, it looks like it wants to get cruising. ADN. I would keep an eye on that bad boy right there. And REBN, let's see what that's up to. Reborn Coffee. And that one's making a base down here, REBN. Yeah, just making a base down here and not showing me that it wants to pop off yet. Let it get up to like that 130 area and it might try to. So we'll keep an eye on REBN, see if it's getting set up. That OTLK, that Outlook Therapeutics, and still just kind of pulling back there. It was trying to get running. It's got a really crazy look. I'm telling you, it's going to get set up and run. And that bottom is 82 cents. We're at 161. So, and the other bottom is going to be pretty much 140. And it didn't get down that far today at 159. So, yeah, this thing's just way down there setting up OTLK. That one should have a nice little run up. And RAPT, Wrapped Therapeutics. This was trying to set up the other day. It was looking pretty good on the November 29th, and it was trying to run up there, and then it came back down. It's hitting that line, or just about it. Was about to hit it today and just kind of went flat for whatever reason. I thought it was going to try to come through. So it could just be some healthy pullback, a little dip and rip action on RAPT. So I'll look at that tomorrow as well. And let's look at UAMY. UAMY. Let's see what that's up to. Um, United States Atomy Corp. And this one is up into the top right there. Be careful. Maybe a momentum play tomorrow, but I'm not even sure about that. UAMY. Like I said, it's up at the top. It could be a momentum play. It did run up today a little in the after hours, so you have to be careful with United States Anatomy Corp and UAMY. I'd rather get it when it's coming down here, but it did pop up really nice from the other day at that 77 cent area. So that's UAMY and MTEM. I know we looked at this recently. Let's see what this is up to. Nice little pullback dip situation today. Let me see. MTEM. And yeah, that one's looking pretty good, guys. I think that's going to set up off of that dip. It ran what, 38 to 42. It got down to 33, and now it's at 40. So I would keep an eye on that. MTEM, that looks pretty good. That OM, I know we were looking at that, right, the last few days. Yeah, Outset Medical. That got into the top. It did run up today. So be careful with this, but it ran up yesterday 88 to 137. Today 118 to 141. It's at 125. And again, just be careful. It's at the top, and I'm not so sure that's going to stay up there. So that one did run up. SOUN. Let me check that out real quick. That ran up some more. I'm actually impressed. This thing's just running up there. So it looks like it's going to run up some more into the top. SOUN. So there you go with that Sound Hound. And it does look like it's going to have some momentum still tomorrow. So keep an eye on that to continue to run up into the top. And that's Sound Hound AI Inc. So there you go with that bad boy. And there you are with them. Let me know if you guys want to see anything. I'll blast through the laptop lowdowns and see what they're the laptop travel list. And then also that list underneath is a bunch of great ETFs that we're going to start looking at. We'll go through our big caps and all and our crypto and everything good and find out what's really going to be popping tomorrow. What's our best opportunities for profits because that's what we want to know, just like how Meta was popping up and was just a great call. And you just move them on to the next one. You buy a couple of them, you get out of most of them. You can keep one to see if it wants to pop up some more. And yeah, you just play them really smart like that. And I'm telling you, you can cash them in and make a lot of money. I'm telling you that right now, more than the penny stocks were anyway. And well, let's put it this way: it depends on how much money you'd put on them, but with the leverage, just seeing the amount of the difference that you have to put up, the difference towards penny stocks to make like really good profits with options. It's not even comparable. It's like kind of crazy. So we'll look at them too and see what's going to be popping here. So let's go ahead and rock and roll through this list real quick, and then we'll see what's going to be happening here. And let me know what you guys want to look at. ATIF, that one was popping up today, and I'm telling you, we were looking at most of these saying that they were going to get rocking and rolling. This one's 61 to 71. It's sitting at that 71, and it should continue its momentum tomorrow. So I would say keep an eye on that bad boy. AZTR. Let's look at that one. That one's about to get cruising, guys. So keep an eye on this one. AZTR. This one looks really good. It was running 45 to 50. It's at 47 and definitely looking pretty decent right there. So that looks set up. BACK. Let's see what back's up to. What iMac Holdings? BACK. That one's curled up really good right there too. Well, I just put iMac in. Back BACK. Yeah, that's getting up there. That's gonna be running, guys. So keep an eye on that bad boy. And BGLC. And this one's about to be running tomorrow. I mean, this is a solid list right here. And they have been lately very solid lists that have been running up. So keep your eye on this. It ran the other day, pulled back yesterday, and now it's getting moving again. BGLC. So that one's looking good. CLRO, another one. Clear One is looking decent. It ran up some today. Let me see. CLRO. Yeah, it ran up today. It's just crossing through. This thing should get up to that 56. It's at 53 and try to blast off there. So that one's looking good. I know we looked at DRMA the other day, and that's up 3 cents, and that one's about to get blasting off. So keep your eye on that. because I know we were looking at it the other day, just setting up, had a little pullback, nothing bad today, and looking good. FRGT is Freight Technologies, and this thing's looking good. It ran 146 to like 160, it looks like. FRGT 153 to 160, and it's still looking nice right there. So that's FRGT and GIPR, Generation Income Properties. This bad boy's setting up too. It's looking really good right there. GIPR. This thing's going to continue to get up there to that 197. It's at 189 right there. So keep an eye on that. HOFV, Hall of Fame Resort Entertainment Company, is looking really good, guys. So keep your eye on that bad boy. HOFV. That one's looking really, really good. That one should get running up to that 149. It's at like a 111 right now. So keep an eye on that bad boy for sure. HPH, is that what it is? Yeah, HPH, highest performance holdings. Let's see. I know we looked at this before. I remember it running, and it's getting ready to get set up again. So I would say HPH is another solid one. It should be moving. It went 32 to 36. It's sitting at 34 right now and looking pretty good. So HPH looking good. KXIN. That one's looking pretty good. I already know it was up 5 cents. We were talking about it yesterday, setting up, and it's going to get moving, guys. KXIN. So just keep an eye on that. What it do? 190 to 196. It's at 184, but it's still not looking bad right there. I'm telling you, this one looks pretty decent. And that's one of them China small, like one in the 190 area, and it's a China truck and auto dealership company. And that one looks pretty good. KXIN, MDIA, that one ran the other day and came back down to its support line, and now it wants to get set up again. So MDIA is looking pretty good, and it may run up again real nice. So take a look at this bad boy, Media Co. Holdings, because that's looking pretty good to set back up as well. And MMV, let's look at it. That one was up 3 cents, pulling back, but like just kind of pulled back to bounce and rolling up there really, really good. MMV. Yeah, I think that one's going to be rolling off, getting back up to that 43 cent area. It got up to 40 today. That's where it's at. Got to get back to that 43, and it can get moving. So that's MMV, Multi Metaverse Holdings. Not looking bad there. NITO, that's that N2 off. I know we looked at this before and it ran up, and it's getting ready to get cruising again, guys. NITO, so keep an eye on that. It ran 22 to 25. It's at 24, and it wants to keep on moving. NITO might be on nitro soon, right there. PEV is Phoenix Motor. I'm telling you, we looked at almost all these together before. I kind of remember some of these bunched together, and they ran up, and then they pull back, and then they run up again. We can almost make like little sets of them, and just keep an eye. These ones ran up, so now they're going to be pulling back. The next set's going to be going. And PEV, you remember this one, Phoenix Motor? It ran way up there to like 139. It's back to 32 cents, and it's getting crawled up again. So that's PEV, and just shows you this one run today. It did ran 32 to 53 today. So there you go. It already ran some today, but it's still back at 32. This doesn't even show. It must have done it in the like after hours or something. But it just shows you can't hold on to these bad boys when they run up, because again, this thing got up to 139 at least the not that long ago, October 7th. And again, you're looking at it in the 30s right now. So big dip right there. And again, just setting up again, went from the top to the bottom, setting back up and getting running again. That's what they do. And that's what we do. We find the ones that are setting up and getting moving, and then we hit them and get out of them. PSHG, this is a good one. Performance shipping. And this, didn't we just look at this one in a couple minutes ago, or is that a different shipping one? I know we looked at a shipping one, and I feel like it was a different one. GLBS, that was the other shipping one. That one's a marine shipping in Greece as well. I knew there was two of them, and yeah, that one as well. GLBS. What was it doing? I forget that fast. Maritime, it's called, or something like that. GLBS, Globus Maritime. And yeah, this one's getting set up. So these Greece shipping ones are looking pretty good. And yeah, this one's PSHG, Performance Shipping. And it ran up today a little bit, PSHG. And let's see what it did here. 190 to 194, and then it came down to like 175, and then it ran back up to and closed at 190, and it wants to pop. So that was like a crazy look right there, and it wants to get moving, guys. So keep your eye on that PSHG because that one's looking pretty good right there to try to get cruising back up. Um, there you go with that one. SLRX. Let's look at that one real quick. This one was setting up the other day. I remember looking at it, and it is. It kind of pulled back. It was just running around a little bit, and now it's getting set up here. So keep an eye on this because that one's looking really good as well. SLRX. SMXT. Let's see what you're up to here. Solar Max Technology. This one's actually already at the top, SMXT. And you could watch this for some momentum, but I'm not sure. That one might already did its run. And XTLB, let's see what that is. XTL Biopharmaceuticals. And this one is curling up. It was up 4 cents, 195 today. XTLB. It ran 189 to 205. It's at 195 and doesn't look bad. It's in between that channel. So maybe it trades in between there, gets set up, and then runs up to this 220 some area. So there you go with XTLB and our laptop lowdown list, or yeah, they're our laptop setup list right there because they're looking great. And there we go with them bad boys. Let me go ahead, take a look at the messages and our crypto, and then I'll go ahead and go through these ETFs and big cappers, and we'll see what's going on for tomorrow and looks best. So let me just take a quick peek at the messages real quick, see if I missed anything. Um, Here we go. Oh yeah, Bitcoin at 101,000. There we go. Thank you, Luis Rodriguez. And I'll repost that. You guys can see it. So Bitcoin is moving there. And just as I had said the other day, did I post that today or yesterday? I don't even remember. But yeah, 1016 now. It's cruising. Oh, it's over 101 now. It's at 101. So there you go, guys. Have your $100,000 Bitcoin party because it's at 101 right now. So there you are, everybody. And let's take a look at that GWAV real quick for money. Money wants to look at it. It did run up yesterday, money. I remember that. And today it was moving up a little bit too, but not as high as yesterday. Yesterday it went 37 to 88, and today it went 74 to 82. It's at 72, 74, but not looking bad. It could run up more tomorrow. I can't promise you, but I think it is going to. The way it looks like it's going to get higher than yesterday's price. So I would definitely keep an eye on that GWAV for tomorrow right there. And boom, there you go with that. The XTIA. Let's see. I'll explain it again. Somebody said they missed it. I'll explain it. Hold on. Sound, you got it. Money, there you go. Jonathan said he just saw HURA on a list of highly traded owned stocks by Congress. Something could be coming. I'm telling you, that thing jumped out at me the other day, and I put it on before it even started to run. I know you guys know that. And we looked at it down here in the threes, and it's at 628. So I literally looked at it right before it started to pop up. Yeah, it just caught my eye. I saw it, and I was like, yeah, this thing looks pretty good. And then bam, it just started to run. So I wouldn't doubt it. And like I said, it looks like they have something crazy going on. It looks pretty bullish. And then I scrolled down to the news and they had that phase 3 accelerated thing. So I wouldn't doubt. Well, I think I read it the other day. It was a bunch of craziness. I don't even know what I was talking about. Let me see. I'm trying to bring it up. I forget what they even have. It's taking forever. Oh yeah, Merkel cell carcinoma and provides, yeah, it was like something crazy like that. So accelerated approval registration trial and first line treatment of advanced or metastatic Merkel cell carcinoma. So that's what they have, and yeah, I wouldn't doubt that. So thank you very much for that, Jonathan. And XTIA, you want to see what that's up to real quick? I'll tell you. XGO stocks. Let's see, XTIA. It's looking good for tomorrow. I know that. I do remember saying that. We did it at the beginning. It did. It's just kind of flat today. It's just got to get right over that like 5 cent area, and you're golden. And it doesn't look bad at all to me. On my chart, it still looks solid, and I think it's going to get moving tomorrow. So keep your eye on that XTIA for tomorrow. X Ghost. I think it looks good. So there you go. Luis Rodriguez has a couple good ones right there. We'll take a look at. And yeah, let's look at them bad boys and then knock out the rest of our list. We're cruising right along. I think this is the way we knock them out now. We have a nice kind of shorter list. Our laptop list is always nice. And then we'll run through the messages, see what you guys want to see if we miss anything. And then we go through the scanners and pick out what looks really good and what's really going to make profit because again, a lot of these penny ones, they just jump around like crazy. And for you to be able to actually trade them and make money, you got to be trading them really, really smart. I mean, you got to be like a robot trading these things. I mean, obviously, like an XTIA is going to pop up. It might be a little easier, but again, it had 81 million in volume. It's going to move pretty fast, though. It could be a web bowler at 4 a.m., be up in the way up and already back down by 7:30. So, you also have to think about that and put that in perspective. So, just remember that that's what you're dealing with some of these pennies. And again, yeah, that Meta one in 3 days was up over $2,900 or $2,800. It was something insane. And the ETF was actually like up over like 14. I had a couple of them, but they were up over 1,400. So yeah, that was a nice little smack. And I had several of them, like I said. So I that was pretty nice. I let go of a few of them today, and it got up to that top. And I said, you know what? I'm not so sure. It might go up tomorrow. It might pop into the top, but I don't really care because that was like crazy for 3 days, and I'll roll them into the next popper. So that's how I look at it, and that's what I'm saying. Just lock in those profits. Don't worry if they go up higher. They'll go up higher, and it's fine. Just go with your gut, what you see, and just know you made the right choice and move on. Once if your account's just going up like it should be like that, if you're doing these right, you're not worrying about missing the tops and the bottoms. Well, the bottoms you're gonna catch, but you're not worried about missing them tops and catching them every time and trying to hit them. So you're just watching the profits and your account just roll and roll and roll. And that's all you really care about at the end of the day. So GCT, Giga Cloud Technologies, is looking really good right there. Luis Rodriguez. GCT looks solid. 2380 to 2544. It's at 2531 right now. And you should get up to that $28 area right there. So that one looks solid. X is that steel one. I know that. Let me get there first. X, here we go. United States Steel Corp. And we looked at it yesterday. It has that weird look pulling back and then trying to go up. It may just bounce around for a minute in this channel up to that 39.45 and where it's at basically now 38.12. It's at 38.39, so right there could bounce in that channel as it gets set up. So, but it is setting up to be pretty bullish right there, and that's X. Elf, let's see what Elf is up to. Elf Beauty, it's Christmas time. Elf should be looking good, right? And let's see what's happening because Elf is moving. It was up like $9 today. It's a $136 stock for Elf. And it looks really good, guys. So I would say that's going to continue to move up tomorrow. Elf could get to like 150. I might have to take a look at Elf, especially it's Christmas time and you hit Elf for like a $20 up option right there. That's a good one. That's a good story. So there you go right there, Luis Rodriguez. How you like that story? We're gonna smack Elf on options. Let me know if they have options for Elf. and we'll knock it out of the park because that one's keeping its momentum. It's getting into the top. You can see that. MRVL. We just looked at that the other day. It was you that said it, right, Luis Rodriguez? I'm positive. Marvel Technology, because I thought it was Marvel, and I go, oh, Marvel Technology, and I go, whoa, this one looks pretty good. And you weren't kidding. It was up $22 today. That's a beautiful option to have. So anything that moves like anything more than $15 in a day like that is like crazy. Especially if you have your expiration prices right and your strike price there. So you're in the money and you're cruising right along with a high percentage. Um, Literally every single option I've hit, there hasn't been one that's been under 150%. So just take that in perspective. I mean, I like I was saying last night, you had to like really try to hit 100%ers and on penny stocks. I'm not even trying, and I'm hitting over every single one I've hit so far has been over 150%, and some of them are over 200%. But I'm saying they at least hit 150%. You're talking the meta ones and FBL were over 150% profits in 3 days. I mean, it's insane. I've never seen anything like it in my life. So, yeah, I'm telling you, I'm hooked. I'm just nailing these things every single day. I love it. So this was a great one. I hope you got into that one, Luis Rodriguez, because that one pays. And now that I understand these things and what they pay and what to do, it's getting great. And I'm just kind of learning more and more each day. But I'm ready to. I was messing around trying to get a video together, so I should have something together soon to show you guys. That's also why I wanted to cut out and shorten down the list because I also am going to have all the videos uploaded and up to date and all that so that we can stay up to date with them and then also get the options video up for you. So trying to get some stuff done and caught up here and everything knocked out. So anyway, MRVL, that was a beauty right there, and I'm almost positive Luis Rodriguez told us that the other day. And TSM we were talking about the other day, and it was going up. It's up $1.80 today. And it's looking pretty good right there. It should continue its way up. It just a little flat today. Just see what it wants to do tomorrow. It's run up the last couple days, so just watch that bad boy. AMD, I mean, we called this the other day too at the bottom there, and this one's looking really good, guys. I think AMD is looking really solid, and I was saying it the other day. I think you're gonna have a nice pop with that one, so keep your eye on AMD as well. And SOXL, another one. That is the ETF for the semiconductors and the bull. And this thing's getting ready to rock and roll, guys. So these semiconductor ones are getting ready to pop again. And you know that means NVIDIA is. And I got some NVIDIA today because it was looking really good. It was up and it's still going to keep running, but we'll go over that soon. And yeah, SOXL looking good. And SMCI, it was back up $1.60 today, and it's curling back up, and it wants to get cruising. So just remember, we got this down in what like $17 range, and it's at 41. And I was as confident as could be that it was going to go up at $17 like nobody else was. And look where we're at here. And it's just the beginning, guys, because this thing's about to get popping. So there you go at SMCI. And thank you, Luis Rodriguez, for them bad boys right there. Elf has options. Beautiful. There we go. We'll nail that one together. We'll talk about that in the morning. I'll check them out afterwards and see what's going on. Let's just look at it. I'll tell you where we're going to be at right now. ELF. Here we go. This is what I would do. It was already up $9 today, so you guys got to keep an eye on it tomorrow. But it's gonna run up to like that 150 area for sure, and you're at 136. So I would just look at it tomorrow and get my strike price right around like at 137 and buy it for like 2 weeks out and maybe even three, but you know probably don't even need three. And literally 137, it'll probably be through that tomorrow. And then the next day it might even be up. But yeah, it could just be done tomorrow. You could be right through it and hitting that area. So yeah, you probably do like a 2 weeks out and like $137 strike price, and literally it's going to go right through it. That's what I don't understand, why people are looking and going, oh, it might get to 150. Let me buy 148. Why? Why would you even take that risk? I'm looking at it going, well, it's going to go to 150. I know it's going through 137. I don't even got to question this. And let's buy it at 137 and be right in the money. I mean, it's just the way I look at it, and seem very simple to me. And like I said, every one of them's been over 150% with this method. So that's how I look at it, and that's exactly what I would do. Again, we have to look at it in the morning when it's opening up to see what the prices are. But I'm just saying, if this was moving and I was looking at it and I was confident, and that's what I would be saying right there. Clearly, if you could got it down here on the second, which was Monday, it pulled back to that 121. I mean, you were golden. And this is exact here. I'll explain what I do. I look for that bottom, you try to find it. If you can find that dip opportunity or anything near it. So, okay, we knew 121. The very next day, it pulled back. It opened at 131. It pulled back in the 126 land. So you're saying, all right, I'm pretty safe because it probably isn't going to come back to 121, but now it's at 126. It's getting pretty low. Um, Even 127, and then you buy it right there and you make your strike price 128, like the dollar higher than where you're buying it, and now you're at 136 and you're way in the money, and the thing's cruising towards your expiration, and it's just getting higher and higher each day that it goes up. And I mean, it just seemed like a very simple formula to look at, and not even a formula. It just seemed like the most basic method to do, and just make sure that you're going to win them. And I told you, it's the only ones I lost were the Apple one for the earnings, and it would have been in the money the very next trading day. It expired on a Friday. That Monday, it would have been in, and that was fine. And then the Yang, I just let it go to the expiration. It was actually up. I could have sold it and made money on it. I was like, let me see what happens when this goes to the expiration, and then it dipped a little bit, and then literally just like dissolved and went to nothing. I was like, well, you don't want to wait for that, so now we know. And yeah, other than that, every other one's been over 150%. Isn't that's insane? I'm telling you right now, that's crazy. I'm kind of blown away, and I've been doing this stuff for a long time, calling a lot of 100%ers, and I can't believe what I'm seeing here. So that's basically what I would do. And again, I'm gonna make a video, and like I say, I'm definitely no financial guy. I'm just figuring this out on my own the last 2 months, but I've been having pretty good success with it, and I know I can do it even in any market, because if the market wants to go down, I'm gonna do the exact same approach and just take them down. So, and they're probably even easier because once they start going down, they really go down. So that's just like gravity right there. It's way harder to make them go up, and I'm smashing them over 150%. So just figure when they start coming down hard, what you're going to be doing. And so yeah, we can knock them out any which way. But there you go. That's just Elf and what I would do there. And the 140 strike December 20th Elf calls have high open interest. $610, and that's perfectly fine with me. I mean, it is kind of crazy, but when you know it's gonna hit it, I'm telling you, these things just start going nutty. And again, you got to kind of play around and see where you're at with them, and what, which ones you're gonna be buying and what kind of money you want to put into them. But like I said, the Meta one was expensive, a little expensive, but shit, that was well worth it. And as long as you're that confident that you know you're going to be hitting these things and they're going up a few dollars, I'm telling you, it's well worth it. So it's better than putting, I would say, the what, 610 into this for one contract. All right, we'll just break it down real quick. Take a dollar penny stock and buy 600 shares, right? And it goes up, it has to go up a dollar for you to make $600. So you take a dollar share, now it has to go to basically like $2 for you to really like make $600. You take your $600, you buy this Elf contract, exactly what we said it at 137. What did you say? The 140 strike. Okay. At 140, it's right there. And so it's going to 150. We're just hypothetical because we'd have to look at it tomorrow morning. But it's going through and going to 150. It hits through that 140. You get into like 141. You're now in the money. You're definitely going to be way over $600. I mean, I don't know exactly the percentages they're they're hard. Each one's different, but yeah, just knowing what they do, you're gonna be up over 600 easily. So 103, 103,000 for Bitcoin, guys. There you go. Thank you, Luis Rodriguez, on fire tonight with our updates right there. But yeah, 104,000. How about that, Luis Rodriguez? It just hit 104,000 exactly. Oh, wait, it came back. It did hit 104,000 exactly. Yeah, it's at 102,780, and it is just cruising around. So there you go, guys. That was a pretty good one right there. So yeah, hit 103 and then it hit 104. So Bitcoin is getting crazy there, Luis Rodriguez. We love it. So let's go ahead and get into our crypto report real quick, and we'll just take a look. Since we're already looking at Bitcoin, I'll just pop them right up on here. ETH, USD, and Ethereum was already rolling up the other earlier. I mean, it was curling up. It's at what, 3,867, and it's looking good to keep cruising up there. So that's Ethereum. Um, Solana, SOLUSD. Putting them into my charts here, and Solana's about to curl up. Like I said, that bottom was definitely 215. You could see it. My buddy was like kind of sweating it the other day, and asked me, and I said, "Nah, that bottom was 215, and we should be good. It's gonna pop back over this 240, and then just get rocking 239, 240, and get cruising there." So. And we will definitely look at that MSTR, no problem. Um, Ripple XRP, this one is actually pulling back, but I mean, just had a craziest run ever. So we'll see what it's doing at the minute. At the moment, it's down to 234. That's probably your bottom right there, actually. Um, what it come down to 216 and it's back to 234. That's probably your bottom right there, and then you're going to come down, roll off, and go back up, and it'll start cruising again. So yeah, this one could be basing out right here and then get cruising back up for Ripple. So that's XRP right there. And what else are we looking at here? Cardano, ADA. Why do I keep going into here? ADA, USD. Um, Here we go. And that looks like it's almost going to roll back off and go up. And this one's at 121, and it looks like it wants to get fired back up. So Cardano still looks really good as well. And what else is here? Our Doge, DOGE, let's see, does take me a little longer on here. I got to type them all in on this on the app. I could just do fly right through. But Doge looks great. It's built a base up here at like that low four. I mean, you could tell that that bottom was 38 cents, and Doge is about to get fired up again, guys. So keep an eye on Doge. And let's look at real quick. Let's see. Sheeb was next, and I wanted to look at it. I was gonna say Sheeb. I wasn't even looking at the list. But Sheeb, it was setting up so nice. It was pulling back a little bit. But I'm telling you, Sheeb was looking great earlier. It looked like it wanted to fire up and get wild. Looks like it just had a little bit of pullback, but I would assume it wants to get crazy again. I'll look at it on my I can see it a little bit better on here. Let me just see Sheeb. Because this one says it's up like 5%. So let me take a look here. Yeah, nah, Sheeb looks really good, honestly. Just a little pullback there, nothing crazy. I have a feeling Sheeb's going to get running, guys. So I would keep an eye on that. Yeah, Bitcoin's at like 103,000. That's wild. So there you go. It's over 100 tonight. And so what else? Bonk, BONK USD. And that one is kind of making a base down here. That bottom was the other day, 2 days ago. So yeah, these guys are getting rocking and rolling again. And that WIF USD, let me see, right here. Here it is. And that one is at what, 330 right now. And like I said, this thing's going to get cruising, guys. So keep your eye on that bad boy. It looks really good. I know my buddy T, I think, wanted to see a couple VELOD USD. Let me take a look. I know that. What is it coming up? VLOD. I don't know why that's not coming up. It should, because I definitely know that one. I'll have to come back and look at that one. Because I definitely know that. H bar, I know this one. I traded this one a bunch of times. It just flew up. Um, And it looks like it is curling back up H bar. So yeah, it does look like it. They ran up, pulled back, and they do look like they're going to be running back up there. H bar doesn't look too bad. HBAR, ALGO, USD. Let's look at Algo. And this one, same thing. Looks like they're going to curl right off that MACD again. So they all look pretty solid and the same. Mana, we'll look at that. MANA, that's Decentraland. And that one could be just pulling back. It just ran up yesterday and just a little pullback, but I'm sure it's not going to like go crazy dipping down. It's just going to pull back as they all been and then run back up. We did Cardano already, ADA. And what is that? IOTA. Let me see what that one is. Let me see. I don't even see. I see it, but I don't see it on Coinbase here. I'll have to look at it on a different exchange. I'll look at it on. Nah, that's not Bitcoin. Let me look on CEX data. Yeah, this one looks crazy. I'm not sure about that one. IOTA. I'd have to look on a different crypto app that I use or a different site that I use for some of the like alt ones and weird ones that I can't pull up. And Chainlink, I know that one real well too. And let's see. Chainlink is just it had been pulling back. It ran up to like 25, 26, almost 27. That's right. It was up over like 26.92 the other day. And right now it's at 24 and it is just kind of pulling back, but another one that could just roll off and get cruising again. So there you go. And again, Bitcoin over 103,000. It went to 104, and these things should just really start getting wild again. So how about that Bitcoin party for over 100,000? And let's take a look at these ETFs that I wrote down and go through some of these because they're going to be fun and really good plays too. And like I say, this is what we're really getting into. Now, the options, the ETFs, and just smashing them because I'm telling you, the profits are way higher than when you trade penny stocks. My buddy Timmy's on what's happening, Timmy. And yeah, just telling people about the options and that meta option was absolutely insane. And all of them have been. I literally every single one has been over 150%. It's been insane. So let's look at these ETFs because they're a lot of fun too. And that's what I'm talking about. Or even ones that have ETFs. So I wrote down a couple like AVGO, MU, Netflix, TSM. They also have some ETFs along with the Mag 7. So that's why we're going to look at a couple of these and continue to look at them because we're going to take advantage of what's going on here. And when they want to go up, you can get the option, get the ETF, play them both ways, and just nail them. It's great. And I've been doing it and loving it. So here we go. AVGO, that was up 241. It's called Broadcom. And it is right in between that channel right there. AVGO. Let me take a look at it right here. And 171 to 175 today. Like I said, it's right in that channel. So we'll just watch it kind of bounce around a little bit, see if we can get it. But that low is right here at 157. So it was the other day. And so we'll see if it has any bit of pullback, and then we'll be able to look at that one. And again, these ones also have ETFs, and I have them written down so we can. I'll share them as later on. What one was that one? Let me see. I'll look at it later. I have them written down on the back. Anyway, here we go. Let's cruise right through. MU, that's Micron Technology, and this thing is setting up, guys. It looks great. They have earnings coming up on December 18th, so we're not worrying about that. And yeah, this thing looks really good. MU. So keep your eye on this. It just crossed through, has to get over that 104. It's at 102, and it's going to get crude. It's at 103, it says. Mine says 102.87. So yeah, right around there. But yeah, once it gets over that, like right up in that 104 area, it's going to get blasting off here. So keep an eye on that bad boy. And that is MU. And like I said, that's at 103. And what was the next one? Netflix. We'll keep an eye on Netflix now. And that one's a big one. That's at 911. So that one's going to be pretty expensive. And but that's rolling back up. I wouldn't touch it now. It's in the top and it's rolling back up. But again, we'll watch it and see if it wants to pull back. The ETF will be a good one to play. What the hell is the ETF? Hold on, I'll tell you in a second. NFXL. Let's look at it. NFXL. Oh, there you go. The Netflix Bull two times. It's at 39.54. Again, it's right in the top. It looks like it just started. October 4th, it looks like, or October 3rd. So I'm not sure if that's the first day it ever started, but yeah, there you go for a Netflix ETF. And again, it's only in the 30s. Just let it pull back. It's way up there. It started and just went right into the top. So we'll let it pull back. That'll be a great one. And so, yeah, we're going to attack all these bad boys. I'm telling you, they're the most profitable ones you can be playing. I did plenty of experimenting, and it's not even close. I'm telling you guys, it's not even close. Now I get why the hedge fund guys, been telling me for years to do these options because they were absolutely 100% right. I won't trade many penny stocks ever again. And this is just so much fun and easy, and it makes crazy profits. So I get it now. And again, that's why you take advantage of all these certain ones. I get why they have these ETFs and certain ones that people trade because you can really take advantage of what's going on in the economy and in the markets and really profit off it very easily, to be honest with you, if you're just playing them real smart, not playing a whole lot of them, and just taking the best opportunity and nailing it. So that's what I've been trying to do lately, and it's been working out great. TSM, another one we were talking about earlier, and it's definitely going up there. So keep an eye on this, and them semiconductor ones are looking good. And again, TSM also has an ETF. It was TSMX. So and they're just a bull. They also have the bear one, but yeah, TSMX. And this one looks new. I mean, they all look like they just started like October 3rd. I don't know if maybe they did. I have no idea. But yeah, that's interesting. Let me look on mine. TSMX. When did it start? Yeah, definitely. October 7th I have, so I don't know. I guess they did just start. So yeah, we could take advantage of these bad boys as well. So I got a big list of these, and I know was it RD sent a couple people. I know Laptop Travel, RD, a couple people sent me some really nice lists with ETFs, like big Excel spreadsheets, and I was going through them, and then I kind of just found these few, and I said, let's just add what we're missing here and really just take advantage of this market and just crush it every angle between crypto, these options, and the ETFs. There's no reason why no one's not killing the market. I mean, just absolutely destroying it. So SPUU, that is the daily S&P 500 bull. So you can play that one instead of playing the S&P. That's like the SPY is at like 607 today. It's like flying. You can play this one down here at 159, and it looks exactly the same for the most part. It's bullish, and so yeah, we can play this bad boy and see what that's up to. The SPUU and LMBO. This one's going to be a great one to play. This one is the crypto industry bull two times share. So LMBO, I found the ETF for crypto to be bullish. I mean, that's going to be a no-brainer for the next few months. So it's about to run up. It's at 30.63. It's up $1.67 today, and it's about to keep moving. Yesterday was at the bottom right there at 28.25, and yeah, it's going to run up into the top, and that's LMBO. So we'll definitely be playing that as well because that's going to be a beauty. And how about QQQU? Because that's the Mag 7 bull. And I mean, this thing's about to run up into the top. It's at 46.30, and it's another great one. I mean, it's just always going up. You can definitely see where it bottoms and when it's about to go up. It's so easy to see it. And this is an ETF that trades two times. So on the Mag 7, right now it's about to hit the top and get in there. We'll have to be careful with it, but the next time it pulls down, it's so easy to see. And they might not run that crazy, but trust me, even $1 or two when they're going up on these ETFs, they're two times, you're doing pretty good. And these are cheap. You can buy a bunch of them. So, like I said, $46 is very affordable. These are going to be cheap, very cheap options. And again, you're not going to make as much as if you were buying the actual option just because it's a little cheaper. But if you load up on them and basically, so for example, and I'll give you an example, say, just say the Tesla one. or the Meta one, just because I know it, or Apple. Apple's easy. AAPL. If you had that option and then you bought the AAPU, which is way cheaper, you can basically buy as many options on AAPU to add up to the amount of one option for Apple. And if you do that, you will make a lot more money than that one Apple option. I did it, and that's what I was like, wow, these things are really crazy. But again, you're buying a lot of options because it's really cheap down there at $30 or 40 or whatever you're buying it at. It's not Apple that's at like whatever Apple is, I forget, 240. So yeah, the AAPU's in like the 30s. It's in the $40 range right now. It was in the 30s. So yeah, you're buying them way cheaper, but if you buy them and buy a bunch of them, like 15 or something, you will make a lot of money off of them. And again, it's just crazy. And then you don't have to buy 15. You can buy five and do really, really well. And or buy one and just make money. I'm telling you, it's crazy. And it's easy. It's just easy to do. So anyway, let's just keep on cruising. That was what the FNGG was, the Fang Bull two time. Oh wait, we did a different one, I think. We did QQU, and then FNGG is the Fang two times. That one's up like 740 today. This one's about to get into the top. This one's a really cool one. UBOT is artificial, like AI and automation index bull. Like you don't think that one's going to be blasting off for the next few. It's so bullish. It just looks like it's never going to go down. It's at 26.30, well, 26.98 in the after hours. It's going to hit 27 immediately, probably tomorrow. And yeah, this is another ETF. So here's a bunch of them, and I'm going to kind of experiment with a few of these because I just kind of found them. So I want to see how they work. But I imagine they're going to be perfectly fine. I threw the oil and gas ones on there. That's Gush and Drip. Gush is just pulling back. That is the bull one for the oil and gas. And Drip is just kind of going up at the moment, but I have a feeling that they might flip around. We'll keep an eye on them and just see how they work out for oil and gas. This one's a really good one. URAA. This is the uranium industry bull two times, and this thing's setting up super bullish. We'll let this thing just set up. It's down at $25, pulling back, but it's getting really set up. And again, uranium, it just run up. We were all over it right before it ran up. And so now it's just getting set up, but there's the ETF to do the entire industry. So when uranium looks good, you know this thing's going to be popping. And you can also go through the sector, pull out the ones that you like, and trade them as well. So we're going to have plenty of options and opportunities. It's going to be amazing. I'm telling you. You just take the one that you're most confident in and the best opportunity and just trade it smart. And I promise you, you'll do perfectly fine. You don't have to try to trade 100 of them, 10 of them, or even five of them. You can trade like two to three, one to three, and do perfectly fine. I mean, it's just crazy. And you're not really stressed out at all either about it bouncing around too much. The SPXL, that's the daily S&P 500 bull three times. So that's at 189. And just imagine that can be three times. That one can probably pay out pretty well because the S&P's been moving. It's up $3 today. So this one alone. So that was a probably good one right there. So again, I'm going to be checking these guys out and seeing how they run. And the SPXS was the bear one. And yeah, that one's really bearish, just been going way down for the S&P 500. And let's see what else I had here. TNA was it? Yeah, TNA and TZA. TNA is the small cap bull three time, and this one's getting ready to roll back up. And TZA was the small cap bear, and this one looked like it was kind of dipping back down a little more. So, and we already know what DFEN is. That's the aerospace and defense bull, and that's getting ready to run as well. And so that was up $1.24. So there you go. There are just some more ETFs and a couple other stocks that do have ETFs that we're going to be addressing and now in every which way because I'm telling you, they just pay out like crazy and it's way easier than trying to trade penny stocks, I promise you. So let's go through and look at our big cap list and all them bad boys real quick, and we will wrap it up here. Our SPY was up 375. It's at 607. It was down 45 cents in the after hours. but it just got into the top, guys, and this thing is so bullish. It is gonna have to pull back, I think. I don't know if it's gonna do it tomorrow though. It might just run up tomorrow and then maybe next week have a little bit of pullback. Why it's already up. So it doesn't want to be bearish at all. It doesn't even want to come down. It's just kind of crazy what it looks like. I'm not saying it can't. I'm just telling you what it looks like at the moment. GameStop is down a little bit, and it just pulled. I mean, it was up at the top and it pulled back. It does have its earnings coming up on the 10th, which are what, next Tuesday? Yeah, next Tuesday. And so I would just wait for it right around there and we'll see what it wants to do. AMC didn't look too bad today. I mean, it was up 5 cents. It was definitely down yesterday, pulling back. And what did it come down to yesterday? Like 477. And today it ran 484 to like 495. It wasn't too bad, but it does look like it's trying to curl up and go down at the same time. But I think yesterday could have been one of them looks where it kind of wants to bounce back up after it ran up to that 519 the day before. So you could see AMC try to curl back up tomorrow and get cruising. So keep an eye on that bad boy. And again, that chart just looks pretty wild. We've been saying it, and it is pretty bullish there. So Chewy CHWY was down a little bit. And what did it even do? I remember it was jumping around a lot. Yeah, it did. That's right. 34.85. Its high was 35, but it came down to 29 and then it closed at 33. It had that dip and rip look. I remember seeing it. And it is getting bullish and their earnings are today. That's why. That's what happened. It had earnings today. I'm telling you, you can't earnings are just crazy. So let it pull back off the earnings and you get a good price and then run it up. So there you go for CHWY. And let's go ahead and look at our Mag 7 because NVIDIA looks great, guys. It was up today, and I'm telling you, it's going to that 150. It looks so good. And semiconductors are looking really good too. So keep your eye on the video because it's about to get popping and it'll get rocking and rolling really, really soon. I promise you. Apple was up and it's at that 243. It just peaked itself into the top right there, and it is getting bullish. And again, I have that one Apple. I have one more Apple call and it expires the 20th. It was more of an experiment than anything. I bought the Apple and then I bought the ETF a month out just to see what would happen and the experiment that one's up, I think, about $1,200. So, I mean, and that was just an experiment. I was just messing around with it. So, yeah, that's a heck of a nice experiment. You just made 1,200. And like I said, it's up over 1,200 bucks. It'll probably be up a little bit more tomorrow, and then I'll probably get rid of it because it's up at the top. And honestly, I'm not going to wait until December 20th at this point. There's no reason to wait for next week to see what happens, and that's just the approach I take. They're getting to the top. They look great. It's already way up on it, and yeah, that was the ETF, so AAPU, and that was like in the $30 range, and now it's at $40. So, and again, it's up over 1,200 bucks. So there you go with that. And that's exactly why we're going to be playing these all the time because to do that with penny stocks, you got to put up a bunch of money and trade it really smart. I barely even tried to do these. I mean, it was like I could have done them blindfolded, I think. It was so easy. So it's just a matter of yeah, just kind of getting locked into it and knowing what you're looking, really just knowing what you're looking at when you're buying the options and really picking your right price, like the bottom pricing out, like being patient with it. But again, I'm gonna make a video and kind of go through all that stuff. Anyway, let's keep cruising here. But yeah, Apple was up today and it looks like it's just hitting that top area. So it's nothing that you want to chase at this point, but we knew that was running. Remember, I told you Google was getting bullish. It was up over $3 today, and it looks good. Wants to get up over that 180 right there. Amazon, remember we said that was getting bullish. That was up over 472, and that one's cruising up there and should get into the top. And Meta again was already up. It was up at 613. It kind of ran up a little bit yesterday in the after hours. It ran up a little higher. I think it was like 617. It got up there today too. And again, I got rid of it. I said, what do I need this bad boy for? And even if it goes to like 650 tomorrow, I really don't care. It's not a big deal to me because again, I jumped right into Nvidia's one, some Nvidia and some other good ones, and just keep rolling them over. This one just ran up like $18 for 2 days straight. It went what? 2 days ago, 577 to 594, and then yesterday 595 to what? 614, and then today it topped at like 617, and I was like, that's enough for me. So I was happy with that in 3 days, and yeah, just printing them and just do it every single day, at least twice a week. You do that, and you buy enough options, and you're just crushing the market every which way. I'm telling you, it's going to be wild, and that's exactly. Remember, I was telling you guys in the summertime it would get good around Halloween and get great around Thanksgiving and be amazing around Christmas. Now just look what's happening here. I mean, it's a beauty. And it's exactly what's happening. Microsoft was up over $6 today. That was a great one too. And like I said, it ran up a little faster than I thought, but we knew it was keeping that momentum. So you could have easily jumped in that today and took that up. And Tesla was up $6, and that one's about to roll back up and get crazy. And that's another one to keep an eye on. So just make sure it's about to get cruising through that MACD again. If it does, you're going to see it get right over that 366 area and just keep on flying. So that'll be Tesla. And let's see what the rest of them are doing. Here goes Nike's at 78.37. And it's just, again, we know it's in this channel. Their earnings are coming up at the December 19th. And it is. It's just in this channel. It's going to trade in there probably until that earnings, I would bet, and then do something there. Rivian's up 8 cents. And this one we know is getting set back up here and going to get cruising. So keep an eye on Rivian because it's looking pretty good right there. And let's see what else is happening here with PLTR. That is down $1.11. And again, I'd be very careful messing with this thing any which way, even shorting it, taking it up any which way. The thing's been on its own track, it's got its own mind, and if you don't want to get burnt, I wouldn't play with it because it's like playing with fire with this thing. You better make sure it's coming down out of the basement or out of the top, I mean, and you better make sure it don't get stuck at that 20 because it'll hit that 62 and just rip right back up right in your face if you don't get out of it fast enough. So be careful playing with that PLTR. I know it looks so attractive and you're like, holy shit, it's been at the top for this long. It's been at the top for that long for a reason because it's really strong and it can really burn you. So you can tell why I don't play with it because I don't want to get burnt. And so I'm just giving you a little insight of how I look at it because that one's like playing with fire. This is what it looks like to me. I'd rather take the easy ones that are going up like Meta the other day and the Nvidias and these guys that are setting up and running rather than try to play with this thing that's at the top and yeah, it has a lot of momentum. It's been running around like a maniac. But you just can't tell. It can do anything at any moment, and it could rip you into shreds real fast. So be careful with it. And Sophie's the same way. I'm telling you, you just gets that crazy look all the way at the top. It's been up there for a while. It looks so good that you want to just like be like, it can't stay up here. I'm telling you, it could dip down real quick and just go ripping again just to make room. These two companies are on their own planet. I'm telling you right now. I would stay clear of them if you want to not get burnt because they can burn you really fast. They were great for the ride up, but the mess with these right now, I'm telling you, it's like I look at that chart and I'd be like, keep that away from me because I don't want to mess with it. You just can't tell what it wants to do, and it can go either way real fast, and it can catch you up real quick. So. Just telling you from my experience and looking at that chart, a lot of people are asking me, should is it time to do puts on what was the last PLTR? And I'm like, nah, you better be careful on that one. I'm telling you, there's better ones, better opportunities, and safer ones to jump into because I'm telling you, they've been running like that for a reason. They don't things don't do that and then just collapse. We'll say that. So yeah, be careful with them is my fair warning, and I say it a few times because, like I said, multiple people asked today, is it time to put puts on it? Just because it was pulling back, and you'll see, I tweeted out there, I answered everybody that posted and DM me, and I said, be careful because it could do anything, and I would play with something else besides that. So I hope people are listening because again, yeah, it might fly up, it might do whatever, but I'm telling you, as good as I can see a chart, I would stay clear of them two. Absolutely right now. PLTR and Sophie, you don't want to get caught up in them if they come down. So just I mean, and again, if you're putting them and they go blasting up, you're going to get shitted on too, like that. So you got to be careful with them too. And Dell's probably going to be a way better opportunity down here. I can tell you that. Its bottom was 121. You're at 125, 126. It's starting to curl up. They just got through their earnings, and now Dell's setting up. So Dell would be a one that you want to keep an eye on and is going to get moving and get cruising back up to that 134 area, and it's at that 126. So as opposed to playing with PLTR at the top, you play with this as it's trying to roll back up there. So that's the way I look at it, honestly, and that's what I was trying to tell people today. Because, like I said, multiple people asked about it, and just because PLTR was starting to pull back, and like I said, it could easily be up tomorrow. It can do anything. So just a fair warning there. Snow is up at 186. Can you imagine? We had this down at like 113. It's at 186 right now. I wish I had bought an option further out too. I mean, I smashed my option on this. It was a perfect hit, but I wish. And now I know if I know that they're really set up like this, I'm just buying them like 2 weeks out, a month out, 3 month, 2 months out, and 3 months out because I just know that they're going to keep running up there. So again, just kind of as experimenting, and now I see what you got to really do because this one would have been crazy too. I thought about it if I had done that and bought like three of them and staggered them, they would have been hitting like lottery tickets. So and you can tell which ones are going to keep running up. We knew this was going to keep running. And again, I was just experimenting with it, and that was over 150% hit. So they all were. And AMD, this one's getting set up to run, guys. So keep an eye on this. And we knew it down here. We knew that bottom was 132. You're at 143. So just watch for any pullback there. And that one does have a AMDL. It does have a ETF. So keep an eye on that too, because it's only $11.10. So if you want to try to, take a stab at an option, AMDL might be one to look at because again, it's going to be fairly cheap and it's going to be moving for you. So you're at 11.10 on it, and you're probably going to get up over to 12. So these things will also have like it would probably have like 11.50. It could have like 20-cent intervals on these lower ones. They don't have to be a dollar. So 50 cent, 20 cent, whatever. So again, you don't have to pick it at $12. This one you could almost pick like 11.50 probably and be right through it and know that you're getting over $12 easily. So again, AMDL, that's AMD's ETF, and just something to look at and way to look at them. So there you go with that bad boy. And QCOM, that one was moving up a little bit today. That one's still setting up a little bit flat, but setting up. It's going to keep rolling there. And PayPal is going up. Remember, we said it was getting bullish. It was just pulling back there to that 20, and it's going to get rock and rolling. It was up over $4, and we knew that was getting bullish. It just had that nice dip and rip situation, and again, a lot of them are. So you got to watch for these little dips. They're perfect. SMCI is about to keep rolling up, so keep an eye on that because that's going to keep cruising. And again, we knew this thing down at what, like $17 was perfect. It's at 41 right now. And another one, if I had known, now I know what I know with these options. And again, it's a learning experience. I'm only learning as we go. I would have definitely bought these ones for further out too. I would have bought them, 3 weeks out, a month out, or 2 months out, 3 months out, just knowing that this thing was going to keep on running. So now I know what to look for and how to kind of do it. And then you load up on the original one because you know it's popping quick. And so you buy a couple of them, and they're going to be really fast and booming and real profitable. So yeah, I kind of got it down to a little system, and it's been pretty nice. I'm not going to lie. And again, I'll share it with you guys. I kind of do every night. I tell you basically what's going on. I just make a video and show you. And again, it's one of the things you kind of just have to. I think you're gonna have to just figure, like, not figure it out. I'll show you what's going on. You got to kind of just do it and see how it works. And that's what I've been doing for the last 2 months, over 2 months now. And now I kind of am getting it. It's been taking about 2 months. Probably took about a month, I guess. And then it started to click a little bit. And now, as you start to hit them and get them, they start to click a little bit more. And I still don't understand all the percentages and stuff like that, but I just know it makes way more money than penny stock. So that's all I care about. Intel is dipping down. I'm telling you, this thing's going to be a beauty. Patience is going to be great for this thing because it is going to be set up super bullish after it pulls back. And that one's going to be a great one, too, because it's all the way down to 2196. And that one's going to be getting set up and perfect right there. Disney, I mean, 116 and going. I think it's going to try to go back up in the top, but I wouldn't mess with it. And we knew that down at like 95, it was going over 100. So that was a good one right there. And again, they're just easy ones that you can get in and out of. And even Disney first hit like 115 pretty immediate. You could have got out of that option. It's still at 116 like a week later, 2 weeks later. And that's why I kind of just move on. And once they run up pretty heavy, I'm just taking the profits and then moving it to the next heavy hitter and rolling it into that. And it's perfect. So, and Oxy, here you go at your dip and rip situations. Remember, I said just keep your eye on Oxy, watch for it, and it's getting set up. It's a perfect dip and rip right there. So I will be looking at this OXY. I was looking at it today. It's the oil and gas Occidental Petroleum or whatever. And this thing's going to get cruising, guys. So just keep an eye on that because that's a good dip situation. And Exxon Mobil, that was down too today. And I guess oil and gas didn't have a good day for whatever reason. I'm not sure why, but they're great days too. What did it say? The Israeli investigator who delivered dirt on Exxon's enemies. I don't even know what that means. But anyway, that's the news story that it said. But yeah, these are going to be great dip and rip situations right here. So just keep your eye on ExxonMobil. And like I said, oil and gas was down. Mara was up. And I'm telling you, this thing's going to just keep on cruising. I mean, as Bitcoin keeps rolling, these things are going to keep rolling. These are ones you just want to buy them options far out. Riot's about to cross through and get cruising back up over 14. So that's going to be moving. And how about MicroStrategy? You didn't want to be shorting that, huh, guys? Because guess what? That thing's going to get ripping. Be watching it tomorrow. It was up like $32 today. It's going to be back up to like 550 and you're at 406. You know who's going to be looking at them options tomorrow? Luis Rodriguez and this guy right here and probably Laptop Travel. So, and anybody else that wants to make a bunch of money, you'll be looking at MicroStrategy and what is it? MST, what the heck is the MSTU is it? Yeah, MSTU is the MicroStrategy 2 time long ETF. That's at like 167 right here. And yeah, I'm telling you, these things are gonna get rocking and rolling, guys. It's gonna be great. So MSTR, keep your eye on that bad boy because that one, and it literally came down to the 20. I mean, it's perfect right there. That bottom at 365 is money, and even if it is at 409, who cares? I mean, it's jumping up like 30 plus dollars a day with no problem. It's going up and just flying. So there you go at MicroStrategy. Keep an eye on that bad boy. We'll be watching that in the morning. You know that, just making sure that it looks right and it'll be in. CLSK rolling back up, looking good. These are all ones that have to do with crypto. Coinbase, that CONL, that was another one of the first ones I did. That one I ripped over 150%. That's up over $21 today and just ripping right now. So Coinbase, CONL, that's the ETF for it, and that's at 66. And like I said, that thing's about to get up over that 67 and really get fired off. So that's CONL, the Coinbase ETF. DJT. I told you guys this thing was going to get rocking and rolling. It was up $1.60 today, and it's about to really get cruising, guys. So keep your eye on that bad boy. We already knew it was going to be fun like PHUN, and that one's just getting started too. So keep your eye on that because that's at 458 and it's going to get flying. And how about Mountain MTN, the Val Resorts? Remember I said this thing was going to get rolling? It was up over $10 today to 191. So there you go with that bad boy, MTN. And I mean, we are just on fire with these things. McDonald's, that thing's about to finally get rolling. That bottom was down there at that 283 or at 294, and McDonald's is about to get ready. It could trade between this 295 and 300 for a few and then get cruising, but there you go at McDonald's. It will get rolling finally. And BA is Boeing, that was up. It's hitting that resistance. I don't even know how this thing goes up, but somehow it continues to go up with some government contracts and aerospace and defense, and yet they like can't make a product to stay together. But it is going up. I don't know about tomorrow though, so we'll keep an eye on it. And that's BA and space. SPCE was down to 666, but it looks like it's gonna have that like dip and rip look. It looks like today was its bottom right here at that 651, and it looks like it wants to try to take off. So keep an eye on space, SPCE, and that DXYZ just doesn't want to pull back much, does it? So this thing just keeps on ripping, and it's doing it again. I was trying to get it down to like 30. Well, before it was like 31. Now it's 30. It would be 37 that it can come down to. It's at 46, and it just wants to keep going. So there you go. That does not have options though. DXYZ. No, wait, does it? It's an ETF. No, I don't think it does. I don't remember to be honest with you, but I'm gonna look into that bad boy too because that's curling up and looking good. Let me see what you guys want to look at real quick, and then we'll call it a good night right there. There we go. Let me just see, and yeah, Bitcoin over 100,000, looking beautiful. BITFRD. Let's look at it real quick. Let me see. BITF, that is Bit Farms, and that thing's going to get cruising, guys. So keep an eye on that one. That one's going to be a really good one. BITF, it was moving today, 202 to 217. It's at 214, and it is looking good right there. So keep an eye on that. And good old MicroStrategy, Luis Rodriguez, I know loves that. And Bitcoin over 103. It was over 104,000, and yeah, we're in the it's going to be great, guys. I'm telling you. So let's just start crushing these things. I'm telling you. So we will be looking at these bad boys in the morning, and again, we'll kind of keep our focus on this sort of format. I think it's perfect. Go through some of the small caps, do all that good stuff. Let me run through the scanner real quick, see what's going on real quick, and we probably already covered everything. MSX, SVMH. That MSTZ is the MicroStrategy Dow ETF, the inverse to go down, and it just keeps staying in the basement. So, uh, that HTOO we looked at last night, that popped up there. I'm telling you, in the video looks great. Lucid is setting up. We already looked at that before. Plug, Intel, AGRI is at Agroforce growing. That looks pretty decent. SMCI and PLTR, SOUN, XTIA. I mean, we know them all. Blue, BLUE ran. OPTT, we were all over that. Maris, Soxel, Ford's going down. How about HRTX at Heron Therapeutics ran? We were all over that. CRK N is setting up. I mean, we pretty much already on point with every single one of them. And so I'll just kind of scroll through the scanners before the shows, pick out what looks really good, and pop them onto the list. You guys send a few that you want to see and what's setting up, and then we'll attack all these options and ETFs and really nail them down, hit what's going to be the most lucrative ones, and then just crush it and do it with the crypto as well. So there you go, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I hope you like that kind of format and setup. And like I said, I'm gonna upload the rest of the videos, get it all up to date, make my option videos for you guys so you can see what I'm doing. I tried to explain it pretty well tonight, especially with the elf. So if you didn't hear it, just go back and look and listen for elf. And I was kind of talking about exactly what I would be doing with that. That one was setting up looking decent. And yeah, there you go. So we'll be back at 7 a.m. tomorrow for our pre-market with our Joey's jumpers and our laptop lowdowns, our crypto and everything else, picking out what's going to be popping. And the energy sector was pretty red today. I did see that, and that's why them gas and oil ones were pulled back. But again, they're great opportunities. That's what we're looking for. We're looking for these bottoms, and again, you get right in and just ride them right up, get immediately in the money, pick the strike price and your expiration right, and you're making really good, way more than if you're trading the stock. I promise you that. So there you go, everybody. I hope you enjoyed that. O'Hare's Bastard Child and Laptop Travel and Luis Rodriguez and RD Jennifer Lee. Did you have any tonight? Hold on, let me look and see if I had any messages here. I missed Jennifer Lee's last night on accident. I did put them on there today, and then I forgot to do them this morning. I wrote them down and then still forgot to do it. I didn't see any there. I didn't want to make sure I didn't forget you tonight because I felt bad. I was like, after the show today, this morning, I was like, crap, I never even did them ones, and they were written down right there. And I told you last night I was going to do them, so I know they were on tonight's list. I popped them on there, and yeah, let me know if you guys want to see anything else. Just wanted to make sure I didn't miss anything. And Tommy and Winter Mute was in there, and Sherry Bongpri Chan, Doge Mama 9, Brian J. Kratz. I'm not sure what that name is. Say it. I'll say it. Randy Sania and Sean and so many others were tuned in. I appreciate it. Everybody tuning in. And again, let me know what you guys want to see for the morning. We'll be on at 7 a.m. We'll go right through this market, hit our Jolie's jumper, see what's popping, and kind of nail down exactly what the best opportunities are for the most profitable trades and really get into that. So there you go, everybody. Thanks again. Have a great night, and I'll catch you guys in the morning. See you then at 7 a.m. Have a good night, everybody.